Thank you, Chris. 4 weeks into the invasion now, and every day the human cost of this war becomes greater. And that's why we've invited Jennifer Rizzo-Choi back to the town hall. She's the interim executive director of the International Institute of Buffalo. We're so glad to have you back with us. We talked not too long ago, and I remember back then you saying that, it would be a year before anyone from Ukraine might be coming here to Western New York. What has changed now? What do we need to know about what's happening there?
Well, what I think we're hearing from the Biden administration is that there's becoming increasing pressure that the U.S. commit to taking in a certain number of refugees from that population. At this count, the UN saying that over 3 million people have fled that country. That's a significant population to be absorbed so quickly, and it's historic to have that many people evacuate a country so fast. And so Europe has been very accommodating. The European Union has allowed for work permission for all Ukrainian nationals to go within the borders of the European Union. That's amazing. It doesn't always happen in a refugee crisis, but still, I think our European partners are starting to ask the U.S. what we're going to be able to do and how many we can take in.
We wanted to ask you as well, this is kind of a two-part question, but what is the process as far as getting people here? And we still have viewers asking us, what can we do to help? I mean, we have people asking things like, I have an extra room in my house. Is that a way to help? What can you tell us about what the process is and what people need to know about what happens once people are here in Western New York?
Sure. Well, the process needs to happen first on the national and international level. The U.S. has to commit to taking in a certain amount of refugees, and then we talk to the UN about that in terms of screening that population to allow them in. Someone actually has to meet the definition of refugee status, which is someone who has faced persecution or fears future persecution in their home country on account of something that they cannot change about themselves, their race, their religion, their political opinion, their particular social group that they belong to. They have to actually meet that qualification and go through a host of screenings to make sure that they're suitable to be let in, so medical screenings, security screenings, etc. And that's the process that every refugee goes through, whether they're coming from Ukraine or from one of the other populations that we're bringing into Buffalo today. So on that part, the process does take time, and that's why you see people in these long lines on TV, signing up and doing numerous interviews, showing documents, etc. On the part of how can people help, they could really be connecting with organizations like the International Institute. We've got a very strong and vibrant resettlement community here, and we always look to the community as partners to donate money and to donate their time. It's very helpful for people to sign up in our mentoring program, so you can mentor a refugee. You can get a group together and set up a new apartment for incoming refugees. Right now, for the Afghan population that we have coming in, there's going to be a need for lawyers to volunteer and do some pro bono work. So there is just a lot of opportunity to really get involved and help people feel home and integrate into our community.
And are you in touch with other similar organizations in Europe, and what are they saying about the immediate need there right now?
Sure. Our national office has been doing work there on the ground, as have other national and international organizations. I mean, right there is direct aid effort. They're bringing in food and clothing and trying to help people get processed. And they're trying to get us set up to be able to accommodate this new pipeline that's coming in. On our level here, what's really important is that the resettlement agency infrastructure get rebuilt. It was quite frankly decimated under the Trump administration, and we've already had a huge refugee wave come in with the Afghans. And so, at a local level, I'm still struggling to hire. I'm still struggling to find housing for our clients. That my team is working furiously to be able to accommodate so many people who came in. Just since November, we've had 600 Afghans that have come to Buffalo. So investing in our resettlement structure is really important right now. And I'm glad to see that state lawmakers are doing that. There's a line in the proposed budget right now of $10 million that's been pledged by the governor and the state and the House to be able to support resettlement infrastructure, and we need that to go through.
And that is an important point, because I remember we talked about this last time as well, that there are these other refugee populations that are coming in. There's issues, in terms of having to help them, and it's a huge effort as it is. Has the situation in Ukraine put a strain on those other relocation efforts and trying to do, like you said, it's overwhelming, trying to do it all at once?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's been a strain, like I can't point to an actual point, but I can tell you that generally 85% of emissions were cut during the Trump era. So we went from a program that was robust under administrations like Obama and Bush, where anywhere from 80,000 to 100,000 refugees were being led into the U.S. every year, and Trump brought that all the way down to 15,000 a year. That meant that agencies like mine had to really size down, and over 100 resettlement agencies across this country closed their doors entirely. So to now turn around and reverse in like such a fast pivot and say, okay, 70,000 Afghans came here from November until now, and now we're going to look at another population that's going to come in the next year, and that's a tough pivot to make because there's a lot of infrastructure that has to be built up. So we certainly look to the public to help. We look to our lawmakers to help because we need to build up this apparatus so that way we can successfully help serve these people who have a lot of needs when they come in the door.
And just kind of a final note, because again, people ask us all the time, if there's one thing that people can do that really will do the most good and be the most helpful, what is that?
It would be donate your money and volunteer your time. And I would urge you to go to our website, www.iibuff.org, to find out opportunities for how you can do that, and reach out to your other organizations in town because we're all looking for help and support, and really a great way to make a new connection with someone who's going to come here and really love Buffalo because we are welcoming and we're the city of good neighbors.
We so appreciate your time and you coming to chat with us, and we know that people are asking all the time, and it's a changing situation, so we're so glad to have you. We've been chatting with Jennifer Rizzo-Choi. She's the interim executive director of the International Institute of Buffalo. Thanks again for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it.